Hi, welcome to another video. So today we're looking at something kinda wild. It basically feels like replacing a $100,000 marketing team with a $99 AI CMO. It is called Okara AI CMO, and honestly, this is solving a very real problem. AI has made building products easier than ever. With tools like Cursor, Claude Code, and all these coding agents, you can go from idea to product way faster than before. You can literally build in days or weeks what used to take months. But one thing did not get easier at all, and that is distribution. Getting users is still hard. Marketing is still hard. SEO is still hard. Content is still hard. Community building is still hard. And all of that usually means hiring expensive people or agencies. If you want proper SEO help, content help, social help, and community help, you can easily end up paying anywhere from $60,000 to $160,000 a year or even more. And for most indie founders, solopreneurs, vibe coders, and early stage teams, that is just not happening. So that is where Okara AI CMO comes in. It is basically trying to be your AI chief marketing officer. Not just a chatbot that gives you random marketing ideas, but more like a system that keeps finding opportunities for growth and keeps work moving in the background. Now, obviously, I do not think any tool magically replaces every marketer at every company. If you are a big company doing partnerships, brand campaigns, paid media, and all that, then you still need humans. But for smaller teams that mostly need execution, suggestions, and consistency, this is one of the more interesting ideas I have seen. So let's talk about how it works. I have the page open here. You just go to okara.ai/CMO, and then you paste your website URL. That is the first step. Once you do that, the AI CMO analyzes your site, understands what your product is about, and then it basically deploys a team of specialized AI agents that work for you around the clock. That part is really interesting because the value here is not just one output, it is the fact that it keeps looking for ways to drive traffic, users, and growth. So let's go through the agents because this is where the product starts to make a lot more sense. First, you have the SEO agent. This gives you an SEO audit and shows you what to fix on your site. For a lot of founders, this alone is already valuable because most people do not even know why their pages are not ranking. They just publish a page, hope for the best, and then wonder why nothing happens. Then there's the GEO Agent, which is also super relevant now. GEO is basically about getting discovered inside AI tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, and similar platforms. That matters a lot because more and more people are using AI answers instead of traditional search. So if this agent gives you suggestions on how to rank better there, that is actually pretty smart. Then you have the AI Writer. This one writes blog posts for you, which is great because content is still one of the best ways to compound growth over time. The problem is that most founders do not have the time or energy to consistently write high-quality blog posts while also building the actual product. So having this done for you is pretty good for sure. There's also a Reddit agent, and I think this is one of the more useful ones if used properly. It tracks Reddit 24/7 for keywords related to your product and writes authentic comments that you can post. Now, I would still say use your own judgment here because Reddit users can smell fake marketing from a mile away, which is really bad if you just spam, but if it helps you find the right conversations and draft actually useful replies faster, then that is awesome. You also get a Hacker News agent, which writes a proper Hacker News post for you, and that is useful because launching on Hacker News is not just about dropping a link and hoping for the best. The title matters, the framing matters, the explanation matters. Even getting a decent draft can save you a lot of time. Then there is the X agent, which writes tweets in your own brand voice. That is also helpful because staying active on X is one of those things everyone knows they should do, but almost nobody wants to do consistently. So if this helps you stay present there without sounding completely robotic, that is pretty cool. So when you zoom out, what Okara is really doing is giving you a mini growth team in software. SEO, AI search visibility, blog writing, Reddit, monitoring, Hacker News launch help, and X content. That is a lot of work to cover, especially for a single founder. And that is why I think this product makes sense right now. Building software is cheaper than ever. Distribution is not. That is the bottleneck now. A lot of great products do not fail because the founders cannot build. They fail because nobody hears about them. And this is exactly the kind of pain point that AI should be solving. Not just making more code faster, but helping people actually get users. Now, let's talk about the cost, because that is where this becomes really interesting. The AI CMO access is positioned around the $99 per month plan, which sounds expensive if you compare it to a random AI app, but it sounds insanely cheap if you compare it to actual marketing costs. One freelancer can cost more than that in a day. One agency retainer can cost way more than that in a month. One decent full-time marketing hire costs way, way more than that in a year. So, from a pure cost perspective, this is not even in the same universe. And the best part is, it does not need to be perfect to be worth it. If it gives you one strong SEO fix that improves conversions, one blog post that ranks, one Reddit comment that brings in a few paying users, or one high-value suggestion that changes your landing page messaging, it could literally pay for itself many times over. That is what makes this compelling. You are not paying for perfection, you are paying for leverage. The other big thing here is time saved. Founders waste so much time context switching into marketing. 1 minute you are coding, then you're trying to think of tweet ideas, then you're checking Reddit, then you're reading SEO advice, then you're trying to write a blog post and getting nowhere. It is exhausting. With this kind of setup, the marketing work keeps moving while you keep building. That always-on nature is a huge deal. It runs 24/7, even while you sleep, even while you code, even while you're doing everything else that a startup demands from you. And honestly, that is who I think this is best for. If you are a solo founder, this makes a lot of sense. If you are a vibe coder who can build quickly but has no idea how to do distribution, this makes even more sense. If you are an early-stage team with a product but without a proper marketing budget, this is probably one of the best use cases for AI agents that I have seen yet. If you are already a huge company with a mature marketing org, then no, I would not say this replaces your entire team. But if you are in that 0 to 1 or 1 to 10 stage, then I think it is genuinely useful. So overall, I like the direction a lot. I think the biggest reason this stands out is because it is aimed at the real pain point. A lot of AI tools are focused on making building easier, but building is already easier now. The harder thing is getting attention without burning money. Okara AI CMO is basically saying, fine, let the AI handle the repetitive, messy parts of growth as well. It is not magic. You still need a decent product. You still need to review what it writes. You still need taste. You still need to make sure you're not posting nonsense. But that is true for basically every AI tool anyway. Still, if this keeps getting better, I genuinely think AI CMO workflows like this are going to become normal for small startups because most small teams simply cannot afford a full marketing stack. So if you want to try it, you can go to okara.ai/CMO, paste in your website, and let it start analyzing your product and surfacing growth opportunities for you. Overall, it's pretty cool. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you liked this video, consider donating through the Super Thanks option or becoming a member by clicking the Join button. Also, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye.